I'm Pastor Sheila here for your Hope for the Week video for this week. I have some lovely assistants today, Lisby and Celia.
Hi.
They are going to help me out today. We're going to just talk a little bit about hope is something that we hang on to when things are not really going super well. And it's been a rough year, right? 2020 has been hard. And a lot of people, we still have a lot of questions that aren't answered. There's still a lot of things that we don't know. There's even some questions regarding how things will be at the church that we don't have answers for yet. And so when we don't have answers, we start to kind of think maybe some ways that aren't necessarily healthy. And we start to ask questions like, what if? And that can take us down some kind of dangerous places. So I want to ask you guys, in this season that we're in, and the way that life is right now, and all that we've been experiencing, what are some of the what if questions people are asking right now?
What if we're never able to leave our houses again?
Okay, what if we can't leave our houses again? Maybe there'll be a time when we have lockdown again. What else?
What if one of our family members gets coronavirus?
Yeah, what if someone in our family gets the coronavirus? Then we start to think about, we let that thought build. What else are people asking? What are students asking?
What if we can't go back to school?
What if we can't go back to school? Did you ever think you would hear kids say that? So when people ask those kinds of questions, and maybe you've asked those questions, what do you feel?
I feel nervous and kind of worried.
Mm-hmm.
And scared and
Yeah.
unsure.
Yeah, unsure, worried, those are good words, because when we don't know what's going to happen, we have to kind of, our mind just wants to create scenarios so we can try and predict, and we can't. So these girls are going to read us a story today, and it is a story called Jonathan James and the What If Monster. The What If Monster, and we're going to hear what kind of things the What If Monster does in our heads. So we're going to zoom in a little bit so you can see the pictures. Go ahead, girls.
Some what-if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They're sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink. The words that they whisper can change how we think. Jonathan James heard those words full of dread, and all those what-ifs got stuck in his head.
What if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned?
What if they giggle? What if it's chilly? What if you jump and look really silly?
What if it's hard? What if you're bad? What if they laugh and make you feel sad?
What if it's ugly? What if it stinks? What if that's everyone thinks? What if that's whatever?
What if it's yucky? What if it's icky? What if mom yells because you're too picky?
What if it's dark? What if it's scary? What if there's something giant and hairy?
What if you lose? What if you're last? What if you're slow and never get fast?
What if she laughs? What if she runs? What if she thinks that you're not any fun?
Now wait just a minute. I have something to say after hearing what ifs all through the day. I hear all your worries. I hear all your claims. But what if you're wrong? Asked Jonathan James.
And what if I taste some of that food and what if I climb into the top of that tree and never slip or skin a knee? And what if I jump right into that pool and everyone thinks I look really cool?
And what if baseball is nothing but fun and I end up hitting a triple home run? And what if my drawing goes up on the wall and everyone thinks it's the best one of all?
And what if I taste some of that food and it puts my mouth in a really good mood? And what if I run in a really big race and I have the great time no matter what place?
And what if I sleep and have the best dream that monsters are sweet than they all seem?
And what if the chance I take at the end
Is
is just how I find my very best friend?
So what if we ask that question? And this book tells us that there are two ways to ask that question. We can ask the what if questions that make us afraid, or the what if questions that provide possibility and opportunity. And sometimes our fear keeps us from experiencing something great. This story kind of talked about fear of the dark, fear of friends, fear of looking silly, food we don't like. Sometimes we take those fears a little bit further and we say, what if God isn't faithful? What if God doesn't keep me healthy? What if God doesn't protect me from getting hurt? And so we sometimes are afraid to put our faith in God because what might happen? But we'll apply the same principle. Say, what if God is good? What if, as Romans 8:28 says, that God works all things for the good of those who love him? What if he has a purpose for us? So what if we get stuck in our fear and we never get to experience the good things that God has for us? Yes, there's things that we don't know, but we can be sure that God's promises are true. So that's our hope for you this week. What if we trust God to be who he says he is?